Hi, guys. If 2020 wreaked havoc on your finances, fear not, because we have you covered.
Yes, here with a plan to help you meet those money goals in 2021 is financial expert Lynn Richardson.
Lynn knows what's up, Mario.
Lynn, I always love seeing you, and obviously it's a very tough year for everyone, and regardless, people are always seem to be struggling financially. What's the first step to fixing a financial situation that is dire?
Well, the first thing is to spend less money than you make. To spend more money than you make is an absolute mathematical failure, because everybody who has a money problem actually has a math problem. 1 + 1 = 2. If your stuff adds up to 10, it'll never get into 2. So you want to separate all of your expenses and all of the things that you have into your needs versus your wants. Your needs are food, shelter, utilities, your automobile,
rent,
gasoline, and then your wants are things like coffee. You don't need that. You can make your own coffee, get your own creamer.
Yeah,
right? Clothing. You don't need any more clothing because you're not going anywhere. You can wear your old stuff from last year, unless you gain those COVID-15, and then you might need to expand a little bit. And then that gym membership. Again, that's a want, not necessarily a need. You can walk outside for free. So this is for those who are really trying to buckle down and turn this situation right around. And remember to track every single penny. Some say money talks, but I say money walks away from you quietly, and you don't know where it went. So track every penny.
So those new rims on the car, those aren't necessarily a necessity then.
No.
And the coffee one, by the way, is a really big one. I have teenage daughters. Stop with the coffee. It adds up so quickly. That's a really good place to start. But a big thing, Lynn, how do we get rid of credit card debt? I mean, so many people that they think they're saving money, but that debt is adding up.
Yeah, the biggest mistake that people make is they take a little bit of extra money and they put it on each credit card. That's not the way to do it. You want to get the lowest balance. You want to take your high interest rate credit card, transfer it to a low interest rate instrument, and then take the credit card with the lowest balance. Take all of your extra money. So if you have $500 extra every month or $300, take all of that money, put it on that credit card. When that credit card is paid off, take the extra money plus your original payment and now put that on the next credit card. It's called the debt snowball method. And if you continue to do that, most people will find themselves out of debt in 18 months to 2 years.
Oh,
wow, that's a very good idea. So many people struggling paying their student loans. It's a huge issue in this country. What should be a step they take in the direction to helping them?
Well, the very first thing is to check to see if your student loan can be discharged or forgiven. If you work in a certain industry, certain military personnel are able to have their student loans discharged or forgiven. If that's not the case, what I need everyone to know is this. No one has to be in student loan default. No one. All you have to do is reach out to your student loan service provider and ask for a forbearance or a deferment or some kind of income contingent repayment plan. If you find that you are in default, then you can rehabilitate your student loan by coming up with a reasonable monthly payment. Pay it on time for 6 months, and you will get out of default. There's no reason to be in student loan default.
And what do you do if your debt exceeds your income?
Oh boy, if your debt exceeds your income, the very first thing you want to do, once again, is to eliminate all of your extras. Get an extra job, get an extra side hustle, do whatever you have to do by any means that is legally, morally, and ethically necessary. However, if you find yourself in a situation where you're upside down and you can't get out, you may want to consider bankruptcy. People think bankruptcy is the worst thing ever, but people who file bankruptcy and do it responsibly and quickly are much better off than people who have foreclosures, judgments, repossessions, because if they repossess your car, they're going to take the car and then still want the money, and they'll get a judgment and a garnishment against you. So if you find yourself in a dire situation, then you may want to consider bankruptcy and speak to an attorney about that.
That's great advice, because that's actually a tactic and a strategy often used. No matter how much people owe, I love this. You still say people should be saving, and it's so important, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, when we get into a financial situation, we pay everybody else and then we pay ourselves last. But no matter what your financial situation is, everybody should aim to save at least 10% of their income. If you can't save 10%, then start with something small. Start with $1 in the first week, $2 in the second week, $3 in the third week. If you do that every single week, you'll have over $1,300. If you make a little more money, let's say over $30,000, start with $2 in the first week, $4 in the second week. Add $2 each week to what you're saving, and you'll have over $2,600. So everyone should aim to have at least 3 months of living expenses. I say 3 to 6 months. No matter what your situation, everybody should aim for that emergency fund.
Lynn, you are killing it with this advice. I really appreciate you. So important. Thank you.
The way you roll, Lynn.
Thank you so much. Please be sure to check out Lynn's book, The Symphony, A Guide to Creating and Balancing Multiple Streams of Income.
And coming up, a little ninja that's going to give Mark